I hope you are having an awesome day. My name is Danny De Silves and I'll be your host for this video. So, living with human corpses can be disgusting and creepy, but yet people still do it. But under certain circumstances, people have shown an incredible ability to overcome this fear. So here are 5 people who have actually lived with corpses for a while, usually under some pretty bizarre circumstances.
And a huge shout out goes to Angel's Creation for commenting on our last video.
Number 5. Robert Calvin Mark. The first corpse cohabitant on our list is a Tennessee man who recently received a knock at his door. Officers had shown up to arrest him for living with a dead body in his home without notifying authorities. Yes, that's illegal in Tennessee. The arrest took place on December the 3rd, 2018, after the police received a call asking to do a welfare check. Agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation went into the home and found 72-year-old Doris Ann Brathwaite dead on the floor. The man who lived there, Robert Calvin Mark, age 64, was arrested on the spot and is held on $750,000 bail for his crime of abusing a corpse. Doris, Robert's girlfriend, had been dead for weeks or months, says the authorities, judging by her state of decomposition. Neighbours say they rarely saw Robert and he largely kept himself to himself. They mentioned that they only really saw Robert when he came out to smoke a cigarette. Creepy. Number 4. Doris Kirby. People who live with dead bodies aren't always men, and they don't always do it intentionally or even consciously. Sometimes the elderly end up doing so completely accidentally, and tragically they can't help it, such as in the case with Doris Kirby, whose husband died in 2014 after suffering from numerous health problems. The couple lived in poor health in Alabama, and she stayed by her husband until the very end. But Doris Kirby suffered from the Alzheimer's disease, and her husband took care of her at home. When he died, Doris's Alzheimer's was so advanced that she ended up living with her husband's corpse for months before the police did a welfare check on the husband. When they peered through the window into the house, they saw the dead man inside, and they also found 2 dogs that had been starved to death. Poor Doris Kirby had progressed hopelessly too far in the Alzheimer's disease and simply couldn't live on without him. But they stayed together as long as they could, and that counts for something special, I think. Number 3. Michael Eugene Stickin. The date was May 13th, 2015, and the police were called to the residence of Joyce Willis, who lived with her son, Michael Eugene Stickin, a Florida man. As they approached the door, they were immediately hit with a pungent odor that immediately appalled them. They instantly knew something was wrong. The officers walked in to find the 81-year-old Joyce dead, just sitting there on the couch. It was straight out of the movie Psycho. As it turns out, Michael kept her there so that he could survive off her social security checks. The medical examiner did an autopsy and concluded that she had been dead for at least a month or at most 4 months. Michael Eugene Stickin was placed under arrest and taken to the county jail. Number 2. Robert James Cuffler. Minnesota man Robert James Cuffler was open and honest about what he'd done, which was live with a corpse. He lived with 2 of them, actually, for over a year. The corpses in question were the bodies of his mother and his twin brother. How Cuffler covered this up would have been a mystery if he hadn't been so forthcoming. He explained to authorities and reporters that he wrote Christmas cards to other family members, explaining that they were both in poor health and they couldn't speak on the phone, and somehow the family bought it. The man mentioned that his mother died in August 2015 and that his brother died a few months before that, and he just couldn't let both of them go. So traumatized, he kept both bodies until he was found out in September 2016. Police say that the brother's body was mummified and that the mother's body was basically a skeleton by the time they got there, as revealed by court documents. And it took several weeks to identify the bodies, but the medical examiner said that while they couldn't find an exact cause of the death, the deceased did in fact die from natural causes and murder was ruled out. Number 1. The Belgian Woman. The Belgian authorities didn't release the name of the woman who committed the act, but the dead man's name was Marcel H, and he was found mummified as she was bereaved. The unnamed woman was Marcel's wife when he died in November 2012 and simply could not handle the loss at 60 years old. Marcel was gone and there was nothing she could do about it, but she didn't mean she had to let him go, so she kept him for a year. The unnamed Belgian woman decided to keep her husband as if he had never died. She let him sleep in the bed with her as if nothing had happened, and if he was still there, still present, still thinking and living, he was still a person. But she hadn't paid the rent for over a year. So the man had mummified during that whole time and the body didn't smell anymore. The corpse was found dressed and laid in the bed where she slept. She simply didn't care. She just wanted to be with her husband, and that's all that mattered to her. Marcel H would end up spending both his life and death next to his loving wife. And there you have it. These are 5 people who lived with dead corpses. If you enjoyed the video, then please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you are new here. And until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you then.
Hi guys, I know y'all been wanting to know who is the winner for this iPhone giveaway, so today's the day we find out who that person is going to be. So let's go on the computer and find that out. So the one up top right here is the giveaway that we just did for our channel. So we have 1,695 people who entered for this giveaway, which is amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who have entered. So the moment of truth to find out who that winner is. And I see that this thing have automatically picked a winner, and that person is leannestonge@gmail.com. Congrats to you, Leanne. To claim your prize, all you have to do is send us an email with the same email address that you see right here with your shipping address in it, and we'll send out your iPhone as soon as possible. You also have 24 hours to claim your prize, and if you don't email us within 24 hours, we will find somebody else to give it to, and we will redraw from right here. So go ahead and do that, and I hope you enjoy your phone.